Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Kathy. You are at SpiceyCatColors and I am here today doing a tag video. I've already got my markers on top so I can't show you. I am coloring in, can't really see it, Cute and Spooky from Jade Summer. This was released last fall season. I believe Alexandra Francis was the artist, which has now branched out on her own and has released a new book. But regardless of that, I'm just going to try and do this tag video without going on a bunch of Kathy tangents, which we all know is not easy for this girl. So, okay, well, I got my markers out and then I covered up the questions. So let's move my markers to the side. I am doing the Color Your Season tag that was created by the beautiful Megan and Amanda. Amanda's Coloring, or Amanda Colors, sorry. There's a different channel that I mentioned, but no. The one who created this is the beautiful Amanda from Sydney, Australia. Amanda Colors is her YouTube channel. And Disney Meg's Coloring is Megan's channel. And Megan actually tagged me. So they live in opposite hemispheres. As I mentioned, Amanda is in Sydney, Australia, and Megan lives in the United States in the Northern Hemisphere. So they came up with this fun question. What do we got? 10 questions that can apply, and you just fill in whatever your season is. So I am in Minnesota, the lovely land of 10,000 lakes, and we are embarking on fall. So I'm going to just start coloring because I really would like to finish this page. I don't know if I'll get done while we're filming, but I'm going to try. I'm also using my set of markers that are all on their last leg. So we'll see if I successfully use them up, or have to be creative in how I'm going to color the rest when the marker gives out. But so there are 10 questions. Again, I will link in Amanda and Megan's channels and their videos if you would like to go check them out. The premise is that you can do this tag pretty much any time of year and just fill in the season you are in. So it would be fun to see. I don't know if Megan and Amanda plan to do this every 3 months, when the seasons change. That could be fun to do a full year of it. But either way, I am not tagging specific people just because I don't know. By the time I post this, it'll probably be a couple days from when I film it. And maybe if I tag someone, they'll have already done it. So what I am going to do is leave this open, which is perfectly fine. And if you want to do this, guess what? Tag you are it. And I don't know why my camera, I'm not even hardly touching. The mount is on the desk that I color on, so there's just not a lot I can do. It's gonna bounce around even when I don't think I'm touching anything. But anyway, I don't think I can actually tighten it anymore. I've got it so tight. You would think it couldn't, it's tighter than my Spanx if I put Spanx on, but okay, there's still a little bit of jiggle. So yeah, if you are interested in doing the tag, please do. I specifically would love if anyone is watching this that is in the Southern Hemisphere. I would love to hear your answers. Well, I'd love to hear anybody's answers, but specifically because I would love to know who's watching my channel from the Southern Hemisphere. I know I have a couple friends, which I think all have already been tagged. But if you are also in the Northern Hemisphere and want to join in, join in. So let's dive in and hear what I have to respond to the 10 questions regarding fall, the fall side of the tag. So a first question, a favorite thing that I like to color in the fall. I love to color these all year round. Sorry, I'm adjusting my light a little bit. But I specifically like to color these in the fall, and that is sunflowers. Sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers, especially to color. I really love shading them, and you can do some really, they're kind of similar to like the colors you might see in pumpkins, but I would rather color a sunflower than a pumpkin. So that is my answer, and it's probably because, well, I love them, but when I grew up as a kid, we had a lot of sunflower fields in the area I grew up in the country, out in the country. My grandfather was a farmer, and he planted sunflowers, and they're just these sunny, happy little plants that make me smile. So I love to color sunflowers. Number 2, my favorite colors to use on a fall page. If you're a seasoned friend, you've seen my work, you know I'm all about bright colors, and fall has its own set of bright colors, but I guess in the fall I am more apt to color with subdued, muted, kind of more neutrals, which is not kind of my, and not even neutrals, I'm going to say earth tones. That seems to be a better answer. So earth tones, but I also like to throw in a bit, you know, there's always this purple in your marker sets, and I call it kind of like a dusty purple. I love using that on fall pages. So those are the colors I enjoy using. Number 3, favorite fall scent. I guess it can also be a summer scent, but I don't like summer, and I think of it more in the fall when there's a fun chill in the air, and that is when I used to participate in this activity. So my favorite fall scent is a campfire, bonfire. Again, I think I already mentioned I grew up in the country, and when I was in college and after, I would stay at my parents', or actually lived with them for quite a while, and it was the thing to do is have get-togethers with my friends, and we always had a bonfire, and I just love that scent. I don't even care if I made s'mores or not. That wasn't really my thing. I just loved putting on a sweatshirt and sitting around the fire and just enjoying each other's company, laughing. Yeah, a lot of good memories. And now, many years later, I will, talk to friends from that time of my life, and they will remember that. They're like, oh my gosh, remember when we'd sit out at your parents at the bonfire and have bonfires? And I love that scent. So I don't participate as much anymore because at that time, that was before I had bad asthma, so that wasn't as much of an issue. I could sit by a fire, but now I probably would very much need to limit that and have a rescue inhaler nearby, or at least not sit, in the draft. You know how the smoke always finds that one person? Yeah, that would probably be me. So, that is my answer. Favorite fall scent, campfire. Again, you get a bit of a story and a backstory when I do this. Well, when I do any video, who am I kidding? It is what it is. Should I do that inside, dark? Or is that like lined? Because if it were just wood, it might scratch. We'll leave it for now. Decisions I am not ready to make. Okay. And is these colors too dark? Well, they are what they are. Should I I was going to make a purple spider, but maybe I want to make a blue. Because why not? This looks like a fun tealish color. Okay, next, number 4. What is your favorite fall decor? So, fun fact, I don't decorate my house at all for any holiday. Not even those big ones. Don't decorate. Don't have a theme. It's just white walls, and you may be surprised by this, but it just is something. It's like I would like to be that person that has a very nicely decorated and changes out the seasons. I used to be that person, but I no longer am. Just, I guess my husband really doesn't care about any of that stuff, so it just isn't that fun to do. I mean, I could do it for me, but it's like all the work to pull out the decorations, and he doesn't even enjoy it, and then all the work to put them back away is on me. Anyway, so I don't decorate. But if I did, and because I have always had one in my house, I would say my favorite fall decor are black cats. I am a crazy cat lady. My cat that I had, that was officially my cat when I was a kid, I think I was like 10 years old, it was like my cat, not the family cat, was a black cat. And I have had black cats pretty much all of my cat life. I currently have Mr. Diesel. He is a black cat. So I would definitely decorate in black cats if I were going to. Okay. Next question. Favorite fall food? So, I don't know. I'm a comfort food person, 100%. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If I could have, you know, macaroni and cheese, tomato soup with grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah. But I would say, you know, specifically fall, one of the things I love, again, I would have this all year round, but I love stuffing. Dressing, I guess, I don't know what you call it. It's, you know, what you make. There's a bunch of different recipes. I like good old fashioned stovetop from the box. Nothing fancy. My mother-in-law makes a cornbread stuffing with like sausage in it. And while it's okay, I can pass. I guess I grew up on, my mom would make like stuffing from scratch on Thanksgiving, or she'd buy like the seasoned bread mixes. Not always stovetop, she'd get a different kind. But to be honest, yeah, give me a box of stovetop and this girl could probably just sit down and eat the whole thing. I don't need the turkey. I don't need any of the other sides. Just gimme stovetop. So that is my favorite fall food. I'm going to add in a drink, and thanks to the world of coffee houses, this is readily available year-round, and I drink it usually as iced. But in the fall, I enjoy having it the hot version, and that is a chai tea. I just love all the spice blends that are in there, and it is just warm and comforting and pretty yummy. So, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I have no idea if this was supposed to be water or blood or what. So I have this gray-green marker because I'm all out of blues in my set of things that are dying, other than like that teal. So this, I'm like, well, it's kind of, you know, dirty water. If it was like dripping out of this sunken treasure, then that's what it is. This is, I think it's a fall page. I mean, it's in a Halloween book. I guess it doesn't scream fall, but that's how I'm coloring it. Okay. Next is number 6. Favorite fall activity? Well, that is very simple. My favorite fall activity, opening up the windows. Turning off the air conditioning and opening the windows. I love having my windows open, but summer in Minnesota, rarely allows me to, because it's hot, humid, or else super windy and blowing all the pollen and crap in. So I love the fall time because, granted, there's still wind and all that, but at least the temperature is not as warm, so I can open the windows. So I'm actually like holding this with my left hand. And I don't know why it has to move so much, but anyway, hopefully you are busy doing something and you're not staring at a screen and seeing the wobbles, because again, there's nothing I can do about it. I've spent so much money on different mounts and this is what it is. So, okay. So yeah, that's honestly, as weird as that sounds, that's my favorite fall activity, is open up the windows. The kitties really like it too. And then it's the battle because my husband is, he's always cold. So I'm loving the fresh air, and let it be 50 degrees in the house. I am perfectly fine. Put a blanket on me and he'll be like freezing cold and wanting to turn on the heat or shut the windows. So I enjoy it while I can. It's pretty short-lived before he will close the windows on me, but I do what I can. Oh, I gotta keep working on this feather and then I can go to the next question because I want to show you what I'm talking about. So the next question, I'll start. It's a coloring book that you feel best embodies fall. And there are so many. I don't know if I have it posted yet, but I did do a film. I did one last year and I did it again this year, an updated version of my fall and Halloween coloring book. So to pick one is really, really difficult. I love both Alexandra Franzese and Josh Dunbar's style. They are so nice and easy to color. But if you were just looking for one, I think I would recommend this. It is Camellia Angelkova 50 Autumn Mandalas. Now this is an older book of hers, and she also has, and I would also recommend 50 Autumn Miniatures, which again is a little bit older one. She has mandalas and miniatures for every season. The reason I recommend the Autumn Mandalas is because I think it is a great one if you are not familiar with Camellia's work. You get a bit of her miniatures feel with like this cute little guy, a little cute little hedgehog in the middle, and then the mandala. And it's not so many of your like intricate, like here's some gourds style. It's more like there's an image in the middle, and then, I mean, that's just a giant leaf, and then this mandala around the outside. So I think it's a nice blend of her miniature series, and I love because it's framed in. I don't have to worry about the background, and to me this is primarily fall, autumn. There's a few that skew Halloween, but for me, the most part, I mean, Scarecrow, these really are fall and not tied specifically to Halloween, if that makes sense, because there are Halloween books, but not everybody celebrates Halloween. Not everybody enjoys coloring Halloween. So I kind of just almost gave a full flip, and you noticed there were not very many. I had colored this one, is obviously Halloween. That was a buddy color last year. And some more scarecrows. Were there any that were like screaming Halloween? I just think it's a nice harvest. So this is the book I would recommend. Again, it gives you a great feel for Camellia Angelkova's work if you are looking, and she has for every season. So if you're in spring right now, guess what? There is a spring mandalas, and she has winter and summer as well. I have all of the miniature books that she has put out, all of the miniature series. and those are pretty much an auto buy, and I'm still working on getting the rest of the seasonal mandalas, and I do enjoy her mandalas, but I have to color a lot more in them before I can justify getting them all. But I do want to finish getting off at least the four seasonal ones, I think, is kind of top on my list. So there's that. There, got my red feathers done. Okay, number 8. Do I have any fall traditions? And I have what I call my kickoff to fall. So every year, I think I've done it 7 years now. It's actually the weekend before Labor Day. And I will tie in, I have a vlog of this most recent one is my kickoff to fall, which I guess I'm still calling is my tradition, is I do a crafty retreat with a group of friends. And we have done it, I think, 7 years now. And I absolutely love it, even though it's still super hot usually that weekend when we are getting together, because it's still technically summer. To me, it's the kickoff to fall because the fall is right around the corner. And it makes me very happy. So I don't do really anything else. I did when my nieces and nephew were younger. Do I have the WG1? So I don't have to be... Oh, they don't have a 1. Oh, well, let's switch to the spree and see. I don't want my bones to be that... I guess I could just leave this without going stark white, but that's not nearly as fun too. Oh, so we would do, when they were younger, it was always a blast to make jack-o'-lanterns with them. We would get together at a sister's house, and the kids loved it. They especially loved torturing me because I did not like... I don't like scooping out the pumpkin guts. I just think it's gross. It's a whole texture thing. So I would not do that part, but I love to be artistic and crafty with my pumpkins. And then, yeah, the kids would chase me with like pumpkin guts and think it's hilarious. And they still, what's cool now is they are all older. The oldest is actually in college this year. And they do every Halloween. They're like, Auntie Kathy, can you come up so we can do pumpkins? And unfortunately, they live about a 6-hour drive from me, so it's not as easy when they live just a half-hour drive from me. But that was a tradition. And if we had had children, I'm sure it would be a tradition, but it's not something just my husband and I do on our own. So mostly the crafty thing is my fun tradition. Okay. Is it gonna look, well, it's gonna happen. I say I colored the bottom of his mouth, so now the whole guy's getting colored. Okay, number 9. Do you go on any fall vacations? Not that they're specifically planned, but yes, I usually do. Oh, I have cat coming in. Come on, Frankie. No. Frankie. Oi! Cats. Okay, this isn't the black cat, but it's a cat. And he's going to be in the way and need some loving, so let's just stop and I will be back momentarily. Well, hello. In your world, it's been a mere minute. In my world, it has been 40 because Frankie needed lots of loving and then he needed to take a nap, I guess, right here. And I didn't have the heart. So now I need to get to getting. Let's see. I believe I have 2 questions left. So we're going back to number 9. Do you go on a fall vacation? And what I started saying is I don't have like something specific planned. However, my husband and I Our wedding anniversary is in the fall at the end of October. And we frequently will do a kind of just a long weekend road trip because we both love to road trip. And it's a good reason on our anniversary. So usually when it's my long weekend, we'll pick a destination. His birthday is also in the fall. So yeah, it's not a set in stone, but more times than not, we do just a mini road trip. So not a big vacation, but it's just nice in the area we are to do the old leaf peeping. And yeah, so yes, I would say we do, but it is very low-key. Okay, and then the last question was, do you have a favorite fall memory? So I had to think about this one because I don't think I do, but I kind of did then. So I can't think of anything specific like growing up that was a memory with my parents that we did, but I do have a favorite memory, which it's a good and a bad one. So what year was it? It was a while ago. I was in my late 20s, and I went on a road trip with my aunt that I am very close to. And she and I did a road trip. I was living in North Dakota at the time, so I picked her up. She lived in Minnesota, and we drove across the country, checking out fun. We had plans. This was like before the days of cell phones or GPS even. So we were like old school on the map, but we stopped in Ohio and stayed a night with my college roommate and her family. She had 2 little boys at the time. That was fun. We progressed onward to Asheville, North Carolina, and enjoyed checking out being a tourist. I'm pretty sure, yes, we did stop at my other aunt's who lived in Durham, North Carolina at the time. And we stayed there a few days. Then we drove down. This was like a 3-week thing. Drove south, down through Savannah, and we did a little touring around there. And then we finally ended up in Florida, the furthest point of our trip. And when we were in Florida, we both got phone calls, again, before the world of cell phone. And my best friend, my sister girl, the one who I did the pumpkins with the kids, her mother had passed away, and that was scary and sad. And my uncle was in the hospital with a recurring issue that he has. This marker is not going to make it. I am going to definitely have to come up with plan B, because this is not going to make it. Anyway, so we basically were trying to decide. We didn't sleep much that night, tried to, and it was, my aunt's like, well, she fly back? I mean, I had my vehicle, so we just decided to drive back nonstop because we both wanted to get back. So the trip was memorable and fabulous up until that point that we had to rush home. Oh, maybe I can get enough out of this side. So yeah, that was a favorite fall memory for all of the good parts of it. And yeah, I would gladly drive nonstop across the country again to get back and be there for the important people in my life. And I would do that with my aunt. Now, she lives in Florida now, so I still do this road trip, but I'm usually going to see her. How am I going to do this without making a total mess? So I think I'm going to sign off because I definitely need to focus on this page. And I'm kind of worried how this is going to look because my marker definitely is dying. And it makes it very difficult to color around the skull. But again, there you go. Those are my Color Your Season tag answers. Thank you so much, Megan, for tagging me. I appreciate it. I love doing tag videos. I still have some I need to do after my life is finally getting back to a little bit more of a regular schedule. So thank you for thinking of me, and thank you, Amanda, as well, Amanda Colors, because I have found you because of Megan, and I very much am enjoying your videos, and I enjoyed hearing your answers for spring, and I love that you do not like the heat either, and that it's hot in your world in the summer. So if you I can't even talk. If you are inclined to do this video, please do. The only thing I like to remind people, if you are making videos and doing a tag, is please credit back the person or people that created the tag. So please mention them and include their links, because it is a lot of work to come up with these ideas. And yeah, you don't need to mention me because I didn't create it, but just give Megan and Amanda some love and then share it on your channel. And I look forward to finding your videos and hearing your answers. So friends, thank you for staying around with me. You will see this page in my completed pages. Hopefully I will have done some miracle and made it look a little bit better. Only time will tell. So I love you, friends. In case nobody has told you lately, you matter. You're beautiful. You are amazing. Even if you are currently like on the last leg of whatever, like this marker, you still bring joy and color and beauty to this world. So don't ever give up. Hang in there. Life will be okay. And if you're running a little low right now, guess what? There's refills. And give yourself a break. And just do what you need to refill your heart and soul, because this world would be a lot darker without you in it. I love you, friends, and I will talk to you again in another video.